You don't, oh my God, I got it right. Oh, goodness, this is too much. I can tell you. Hey, Cece, my God, look at, I got it right. I got my picture right. Although, you know, I'm finding that I have a really hard time making sure everything is in there. I can't see. I can see that well. So we're gonna bring it down, and hopefully, oh, that's perfect. Oh, I'm actually excited. That it all works. Because you know, when we're doing this, you can't really tell. How are you doing tonight? Is your leg feeling better? How was Mother's Day? My Mother's Day, I was on my ass on the couch. I wasn't feeling well. So my kids, I told them to wait till next week. So we'll see. And as you can see, we're going to be doing one of these, except we're going to do it in partial because my skeletons didn't come in and they're not supposed to be in until tomorrow. So I'll wait a couple more minutes until maybe someone comes on this, or maybe nobody's going to come on it. I'm not sure, but we will get it going. The only thing I don't like is using my iPad. You always gotta flick to get your stuff. And then it's stopped. And then it stops. I don't know, that's gonna be fun. There it goes. So is your daughter still here, or is she already gone? Did she go back home? Yeah, see, this is freezing up. I don't know why. Hey girl, tell Rob I said hi. How's he doing? Oh, let's make this bigger. There we go. All right, well, I'm gonna get started because I want to get this over with. My arm is killing me. This is a pumpkin, and it is from Walmart. Walmart pumpkins. This is an 8-inch pumpkin, and it's like $7.44 from Walmart. I'm not sure if they sell these online. No, he's not. Anyways, Walmart pumpkin, 8-inch pumpkin is what we're going to use for our little skelly pumpkin type thing. And they're $7.44, and I don't remember. I don't remember if you could get these online, because I tried, I think, to try to order some before the, you know, when I was starting to do my Halloween stuff. And I don't think that you can get them, if I'm not mistaken. I think these only, the ones that come and they're that cheap, are the ones they sell in the store. So usually at the end of the season, I buy a ton of them, so that I have them for the next season. She left this morning. Well, hopefully she had a good day to go home. Anyway, this pumpkin usually has a skin on it. I peel my skins off because sometimes you'll use light colored material, and if you leave the coloring of the skin on it, it's just like a rubber coating and it really peels off easily. It will show through if you have anything white or light colored. So that's why I peel it all off, and to me it's just easier to work with when I'm trying to tuck it into the little things. So I cut through most of this, and I left just a few just to show you, which I use. This is my Cricut little knife thing, which is wonderful because you can change the tips on it easy peasy, no trouble whatsoever. So I recommend it highly. If you do any type of crafting like this, this is what, oh, I know it has been. I was on the Zoom, you know, the last couple times that I was on the Zoom calls, I had no problems. Well, it was like I could hear, like every three or fourth, the word would come through. So finally I just said, this is making my head hurt. So I clunked out. And that was on Zoom. So you just cut down these through the little indentations that you have here. And you bring it all the way through to the bottom part here. You know, just make it like they're making a pie. And just go down each one. Cut through. I don't know if I have this is a new blade or not. I think it's kind of not a new blade. But it'll be okay. Because when you put the material in there, you'll be pushing through the styrofoam again. And it'll go in easy. So this has 16 slices on it, so I always like divide it up. So we're gonna have 4 colors. I always picked my main color scheme, which is this right here. And then I play off of that with matching my colors in there. We're gonna be using this orange, which is a stretch, which is perfect for doing this kind of stuff. This is a woven, so it's a little bit more difficult, and I usually make it a little bit larger. And I've done other pumpkins before, so hey Susan, how was Mother's Day? Did you have fun? So I recommend that if you can, which I find most of the Halloween, when I'm doing Halloween or even fall, for my main, you know, you want to have like a main color scheme or a main pattern that you are going to be using, and usually you're going to find that it's going to be woven. So the only thing I can tell you is when you cut them out, you're going to cut those out a little bit larger. Each one of these are usually, you know, from seam to seam. You cooked for you and your girls. I laid on my butt and had cold pizza because I wasn't feeling very well, so I told my kids that we'll do it this coming weekend. And they were like thrilled to death. Oh yes, they're thinking. So, as I said, it was great. That's good. I'm glad you had a good time. That my older son, I didn't know that he was up north. And then, you know, when he's up north, he usually comes home on his way home by to see me. And I thought that little shit, excuse me, didn't mean to say that. But yeah, so I sent him out a text telling him that we'll do it next weekend because I wasn't feeling well. And, oh, he sent me all this gooey stuff, and I went, oh my gosh, who are you kidding? My hand, it's my arm. It's all related to the damn arm. Now I've got like a big swollen bump here on my hand. And I've been laid up all week with the hand, and then my stomach started acting up, so you know how that goes. So I got myself, you know, my little tricky pads on it to numb it just a little bit for me tonight. Yeah, right. I go in on the 31st to get that plasma shot and see how that works. It better work. I gotta pay it's like $12.75 for the shot because insurance doesn't cover it. So that better work. Or we're gonna have one crazy redhead after all. All right. So this pumpkin is one from Walmart. I don't know if you can get them online. They usually come out like in August, maybe sooner, since almost everybody's getting their fall stuff out now anyways. You said Hobby Lobby was. I didn't go to Hobby Lobby. I was at Joann's. Joann's had a little bit out. I went for material. And I take the skin off. As I said, I take the skin off because if you have material that has white in it, it will show through. And it's really easy to take it all off. Okay, got it. So there's 16 slices, and I've shown how to make a pattern for this, and if anybody has any questions or they want me to send them a pattern, you know, you can. These slices are like, I don't know, 2 inches, maybe. Let me check because I do a lot of different sizes. Let's look at a big fat one because some of them are a little bit different. All right, they're like 1.5 the slices. So I would say, what did I do? I did mine like almost to 3, only because I was probably using the wrong one. But they're like 2.5, 2.5. And when you use stretch material for this, you won't have, you really, the cotton is what you need to have a little bit more of because it won't stretch. This, I'll probably be cutting off a lot. These three are stretched and I use the same ones for it. So, a lobby was packed. Well, I didn't get there. I went to Joann's because I needed some of this material. And, you know, since they went into that chapter 11, and now I think they're out of it, they really don't have a lot of this type of material like they used to. They're really going into more of the quilting or the fleece. They have tons of it. They've taken away a lot of their specialty material, which this stuff is. And I searched and searched and finally found it. So when I look at this, and I've already sliced down all of these, I go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you'll see you have 3 there. Make sure you got 3 there. With this one here, you got 3 there and 3 there. So that's where I will, and you can even number it so it's easier for you. So I'm just eyeballing this. So we'll go here, 1, and we'll put the 2 on here, and then here, and then here. And then you know where you're going to start. That's where I'm going to put my main attraction, which is this with the skulls. And you will, with this material, and especially when you're getting it like this, you waste a lot. You know, you waste a lot because of trying to get the skulls into the main part of what you're doing. And then I just take it and I run it down into my little seam that I've opened up there. And you know, you could do that all at the same time, but with this type of material, you kind of got to pull it. So I like to have them already in there, because when you're doing the cotton material, it's a little bit harder to put in. Where the stretch material, you just run it down. Making some crazy noises today. I usually try to start in the middle so then I can eliminate any sides that are going to have and I pull it out and then I'm going to bring it all the way down. And I use the back side of the knife when I'm doing that. So some of this I'm going to cut off, like at the top here. And when you're making, especially for the skeleton, let's not use that. I don't know, all my scissors, I bought a brand new pair of scissors today because all my good scissors are like I can't even, you can barely cut hot butter with them. And I am always really good about not, see, and I just shove it all in there. Unless it's a lot. And I pull that out of there, and I'm going to bring it into where the middle is, and cut that off. And then just slice it in there. Yeah, I was in the Zoom, and if Facebook is having problems, I can just tell you that I was, I could barely understand what they were talking about. So we're going to come over to this side. I like to get my main stuff in first. This one really shows up the skulls better, but if I would have cut all of them to be like this, I would have wasted half the material. You just gotta, I lay it out there, and whatever, I'm cutting 2 pieces at one time, whatever underneath is what I use. And Friday, I'm going to come on Friday, and I'm going to put the skeleton in this with the gap and crap, whatever that stuff is. Anyways, I'll put it in with it, and then I'll probably end up finishing this one. Just to show you how I anchor it in, because my skeletons did not come in. Something else that just made me very angry. So what have you guys been up to? Anybody doing something fun since I've been laying on my butt for like a week and a half? I'm okay. I mean, the hand thing started last week. And that's, you know, I can tell, I can feel it. It's from my, you know, goes up my arm from my issue there. So I hope those plasma shots that I'm going to have are going to take care of it, because if they don't, I don't know what I'll do, because I'll probably have to end up having surgery. And they better work, because the insurance don't pay for them, and you got to pay for those out of your pocket, and they are not cheap. All right, and we're going to go over to here. So you'll know, because you're going to have three. Put them in the middle to start out. So then then you just go opposite. Yeah, they're like 1,200. The shot is they take your blood, they run it through a machine, they take the plasma out, and then they take the plasma and they're gonna shoot it into my shoulder. And I've heard of people, before I got my leg done, I heard a couple ladies I knew had that done to their leg, and they said it really helped. Now, I don't know if it stopped them from having to have a knee replacement or not, but at the time, that wasn't an option for me. So, when he knows I don't want to have shoulder surgery, so they're trying to duct tape me together. That's how I think of it. Because the old shoulders, my surgery from years ago is all gone now. That's the one thing about getting things fixed when you're younger, that normally things like this, they only last like around 20 years. I am fortunate. I got like 30 years out of this thing, which they're amazed at. And, but like your knee, and they say they give you 20 years on it. That's why when you're in your 50s, they usually like to wait until you're like in your 60s. I'm becoming quite the doctor. So if you need to have a consultation, call me if you got bone problems, joint problems. I tell everybody the duct tapes just stop working. And you just run this right through there. I mean, it goes in pretty easily. You know, and you wouldn't if you don't want to. It's just that I do pumpkin, so of course I'm going to decorate the pumpkin, and then I can charge more money for it because we're getting a decorated pumpkin too. You know, you could do the same thing just to a regular pumpkin. I should have brought one in here to show you. But I'll show you next week when I put the cracked stuff in there. Okay, so now we got this our main theme going on here. So we got orange, we got the Harlequin, and then I don't know, I used both of these before, but I didn't use this color on this one. I just used the two for the, but I really like this orange stuff because it really I think it'll really pop it out. So I'm going to take, I'm going to put this in the middle of my little 3-banger here and just run it down. These are cut like almost 12 inches long. So it will reach all the way around, even though this is only an 8-inch pumpkin. You want to pull it so you don't have any little gatherings over here, because that's what happens when you're using a woven material. I'm using is the back part of the blade. I'm not using the actual blade because it would cut the material. Because I've done that, and then I've had to cut myself another piece. I didn't get to see you when you made that girl with the bubble on it. Is that on your personal page? I want to see that. I must have not been on Facebook. The bubble head, or the bubblegum head. I stuck myself. Susan, that looked really cute. Been the biggest klutz with your foot on? With your, yeah, that would have to be just awful to wear something. I remember I had one, except I think mine went all the way up it went over top of my clothes, strapped on my whole leg so I could work. Because when I had my leg the first time, I wanted to work until after the first of the year because Christmas is always my busy time. I did hair, and that was a pain, a real pain. Yeah, this is really just kind of just a little tedious work here. I would have got my skeletons, I would have already had this part of it done. I guess we aren't going to be able to use the boot. Yeah, see, I didn't have a boot. Mine strapped on from my ankle and went up over top of my knee. It was like a, you know, with the Velcro. But it can go, it went over top of my clothes, not under it. Just so I wouldn't bend it. Before I had my first knee surgery. For the cartilage. I can't even tell if you can see. You know what the worst thing about using your phone is? I can barely see that. And my eyes are pretty good. I can make sure. Yeah, I got my contacts in, okay? It's like I'm looking at it going, yeah, I guess so. And I look at this and I'm thinking, yeah, okay. And that's a pain that we're not going to be able to use those on Facebook. I can't imagine them not, that they're going to eliminate, groups will be all free. Is that because they don't want to, they're trying to eliminate them making money? I mean, I just think it's crazy. But doing your phone is a pain. Gotta remember to turn that thing around and then hit that wand. It's like insanity. Then all I'm doing is tucking it in there so it's nice. I'm trying to make it without a lot of creases. These pumpkin slices are more, they protrude out more, so it's a little hard to do this type of material, the woven, where it's smooth. I will. So if you can't get it really smooth, don't worry about it, because it's like almost an impossibility. And the material I got for this, I mean, I kind of think I got it last year, because I went there today to get some of the black shiny stuff there. It's like iridescent black. And I can tell you, I don't know what's going on with Joann's, but as far as material goes, especially for this kind of stuff, you know, because you don't really use fleece for it. It's very, the one I went to, I don't know, the main one that's in Novi, I'll have to try there, because it was really slim pickings. They just are really changing their lines. They must sell mostly fleece, so that's really what almost the whole store is, where the fabric is at, it's just fleece. And of course, propane. I'm bringing that just right up into the hole, because if you don't use it like I'm going to use, I mean, I could actually have probably just brought it up to here, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to use with this one. But once you put your stem on, pumpkin stem, it's going to cover up where it has like a little round spot there. Okay, so now we're going to do the orange. And with this, you got to make sure you got the right side. And this has like a sheen to it. So let's make sure we got our sheens all going the same way. You can tell because pumpkin color, this orange color will look funny. What do you mean on her account? You mean YouTube? I have a webcam. I do have a webcam. I don't know why I didn't think to put that on there. Why? In Zoom. Yeah, but I thought she was trying to find other avenues. I don't know why I didn't think about the stupid webcam. I have that on another tripod in there somewhere that I bought. That was what I first used. See, this just goes in really smooth when it stretches. Because you can like stretch the wrinkles out. And that's really what's ideal. So if you're using all fancy, this type of material is fancier and it's more expensive. Where the cotton, you can usually get it pretty reasonable. And you can get it, on sale. Where these right there, the three I have down there, they're higher priced. I think I have two. I don't know. I think I might have gave somebody one. I had two webcams. I bought one, then I couldn't get that brand, so because that was during COVID, and you couldn't get them anywhere. And they were going. I think I paid like $38 or something for the first one, and the second one, it was like I was out of this world. That was when everybody's doing Zoom and that at home. So let's put one of these on. I want to use the two different ones. I don't know why I decided to do that, because I think, let's put this one, because I think I cut 4 of these just in case. And now this, you really do have to look and see which way this is shining, because if you don't look, like if you turn it this way, then it's going to look like a different color. And it usually is very noticeable. So we're going to put this right here. So then we know we're going to put the Harlequin in the middle, and then we'll alternate this. And I'm not sure if this is a bathing suit material, or maybe it might be for Halloween. I know it's not. It's 20% off, 25% off this, so it's 15. The black and the orange. This is called Specialty. But I'm not, I couldn't find this at mine because that was from last year, the skeleton one. I know I got that one, and I got it's almost kind of the same. It's a Mauve do one. And that was all last year's material. OBS, you know what OBS is. That's what we first used when we went on. We could probably do a thing and explain it. I don't know, I have to really think about it. It's been ages since I used it. We have to use OBS. Yeah, you have to use OBS with the webcam in order to go on anything. I'm gonna put orange here. That's why we got webcam. I have Streamlabs, but you still, I have Streamlabs and I have till July. But you can just stream from that, right? Streamlabs? But you still, the whole thing is, you still can't stream onto Facebook. The only thing that, you can do have all those things. I mean, I think I have everything there is. But you can't stream onto Facebook. Not, you can on your own channels, but you can't on anybody else's. So it's really kind of goofy. You would think that people would complain enough where they would put it back to the way it was, but evidently not, huh? But for YouTube, you can use all that stuff. You can use your mevo for that. I'm going to use all these. there our pattern is starting to show, which is kind of pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you put colors together and you think they're going to look really great, and then sometimes they don't look as good. And two, this is going to have trim on it, so. We're going to go for these. It is pretty. I like the colors of it too. First I was not. I had this orange that I was going to use, but I really didn't love it. And when I went in there today and they had that, I was like, found this one. And it's got like a sheen to it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. Gotta be shiny. Gotta have some shine to it. Motorcycles are out in full-fledged day. It's 80 here today. It'll probably be 50 tomorrow. But I did find some stuff, spray paint. If you spray paint black, it's not cheap, but I can just tell you, it's worth it. It's a, it is called, it's for trim, for cars, and it dries. I spray painted this grapevine behind me, and it was dry within 15 minutes. And it's just, there's no, I don't know how to explain it. There's no, you know how you'll get drips coming out when you're spraying it? And that, how it will drip. Well, it's like, it's almost like powder. I don't know. That's exactly, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's some Marby stuff. I'm going to see if they got other colors, because I can't find any orange. FICA leaves. I need some orange and some black FICA leaves, and nobody seems to have any of them, so I ordered some from Amazon. I'm going to spray paint them. Oh, wide view, I can do that. I can tell you how to get that. I figured it out. Because if you go on YouTube to, there's like three, everybody gives you a different, now you don't have an iPhone though, right? I don't know if yours will be the same. I took two of the videos I watch and put them together. And that's how I ended up getting it. And I did like a test on it. Because the last time I did the one thing they told me to do, and then I was upside down. I was sideways, I think. And then the next day I was really angry. So I'm really just going crazy. Because, you know, they don't tell you what iPhone they're talking about, you know, if they're giving you this information for. And so I kept putting in, you know, an iPhone. I think mine's an iPhone 12. And so I took two different, I did two different things they told me to do. And they do have, there was for you, if yours is an Android, they had Android 2 on those. And I don't know if yours comes in numbers like ours. Because that's what I find. I put in for an iPhone 12, and there's like two different things you have to do in order to get it to switch for the iPhone. Android, I don't know, but I know that in the videos I watched, there was explanations for it. Maybe I saved them. I don't know. I'll see if I did. Because I looked at I don't know how many before I figured out they were, you know, I had no idea. Because when you put in for iPhone, it doesn't really say which one it's for. So, nothing bad about these pads. They got like a sticky residue. Like it's all over you. Alright, now we're going to put the trim on. And since I'm not really sure if I'm going to be putting the skeleton on this one, because I really like this one, and I think it will be pretty for Halloween. I think it'll sell well. I'm going to go ahead and put the trim on. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or if I'm going to use the gold. God. I gotta take a look, see. Yeah? You guys think yeah? I guess we'll use this one. I had the orange too, but I think the orange will be too much. And it's not really, you know, no, I like the black. Yeah. Okay. Now with this trim, because it's so thin, you got to be a little bit more careful. I think it's 1/8 with your glue. I don't want to dab it out. And I'm just going to run it down and then stick it on. Yeah, I like the black. I think the black will show up better. Yeah. And I just run my finger down it. And with this glue gun, I don't know what it would be like with a regular glue gun. I haven't used one in so long. And then I kind of don't really glue this really in there because I'm going to be tucking my ends, because otherwise if you don't cut them off, it sometimes makes it not, I just kind of pat it. Because if you just keep wrapping it, sometimes it makes your pumpkin not sit right. And then what's nice about this pumpkin is it's got some really nice little grooves that you can stick this down in there. So if you get a little bit too much glue in there, you're not gonna have a big problem. Now, if you're gonna use this for this, you could cut it off to like here and not waste all that, you know, all the way around. Just, you know, think about it. I can measure and see what, and I'll write that in my supply. It's like 3 inches down, almost all the way around. A little bit more over here. I think because I have my bow here, that's why. Yeah, it's like 3 inches down. So you could measure 3 inches down from here and just put your trim up to a little bit past that. So then you'll know when you put your foamy on there to, you know, come down to about that line, and you don't have to waste it. So I think I'm going to make this as a pumpkin because I think it's really pretty. I'm going to bring it all the way up. But I'll make sure in my instructions that I tell you where you can, how far you have to bring it up to. And since I have to wait for my skeletons, because you know, if I wasn't such a fanatic about stuff, the skeletons that come with the wings, I don't like the bodies on it, so I order other skeletons and just take the wings off because they have screws on them, and that's the reason I like them, because the joints have screws too, so I can flip the hands, you know, to make this hold this, and I can cock the legs up like that. But the body on it, I didn't like it. Yes, this glue gun is the best. I've never tried to use any of the other attachments for it. And I've seen people use the different nozzles, like the regular nozzle it comes out of. I don't know exactly if that maybe has breaks out less glue, because I've seen people use it. I just liked it because it had removable nozzles that I could buy for it. And especially when you're doing, you know, this little intricate stuff here. See, so I'm cutting it a little bit longer off so I can put it, and I just take it and stuff it underneath there. Then I'll just add a little bit of glue after I get them all in there and press this down on it. I have to pay attention when I'm doing this, so I don't get glue all over. I was making something last week. Oh my God. I burnt my finger twice, which I never burn. I don't burn my fingers anymore. Knock on wood. Because I don't remember what I was doing, so I had to turn that up in order for it to adhes. I must have been using faux leather or something. No, I wasn't. I was using that glitter roping. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I got on the top of my finger. I felt like I wanted to peel off. Hey, hi, thanks for stopping by. It is looking great. I really do. If I have to say so to myself, I really like this color combo on this. I think that I could have even went with more. You know, you don't. This is just my formula I use normally, but I'm thinking it would even look cuter with a couple more of these. And that could have been, you can, you know, I like to have even numbers when I'm doing stuff. You don't really have to, but I just like even numbers. Now I'm just running this down, as I told before, running it down with the trim after I've gotten all my colors in there. You too. Yeah, this is an ideal pumpkin for this trim, I can tell you that. Because it really gives you a lot of leeway with your glue. And I'm pretty sure that I've seen these last year at Walmart and in August, maybe the end of July, after 4th of July. And you guys, probably in the South, you get them a lot faster than I do, but I tried to get them online and they didn't have them. They had all these other ones where you bought sets of them and they were not the size that I like. I like this size, and they have another one that's 7.5. Which is taller. A little taller than this one. This one is 8. And I don't think they have a 10. Almost got it done. I thought it would take me a lot longer with my arm. Oh, it's been pretty good. I rested it for a couple days. Really, there was no position for this. See, I sit and talk, and now I got some glue up there. Getting cocky. can do these with my feet. Yeah, okay. You are crazy. Although, it's a wonder I don't see pumpkins in the middle of the night. Please, the only thing I fear is I'm taking my eyes and my hands, okay? They can have all the rest of the body parts, but I guess I got to have my arms too, because in order for that, the arms, got to have the hands. Legs and that, well, I guess I could learn to get along without them, but I would go out of my mind if I was laying around all the time. I'll just tell you, just from me being laying down all weekend, I feel like a hemmed up cat, crazed. And you know, I watch so much TV, and I just don't really it seems like I never was until now, because that's, you know, about all I can do. And when I'm really in a lot of pain, I can't read. I'm an avid reader. I can't concentrate. So, actually thinking about getting some of those audiobooks. That will be a real quest for me. See how it looks there? And you're just tucking it all in under there, and I'll put a little bit of glue on there to press it down after I get them all in. And sometimes, like it, because you're just putting a really thin line on, you might have to go back. Yeah. Laying around is just no fun, especially, you know, it hasn't been bad because our weather's been kind of, you know, in and out. But the weather gets really good. Oh my God, I'll go crazy. Not having my body parts. I was thinking I was going to water ski this year. Oh, what a joke. Well, you know, I'll tell you what, my son's got, I thought it was really stupid when I seen it. It's those surfing boats. So you can, on the lakes, they make a wave so you can surf. And I just thought they were the most silliest things in the whole world when I seen them. And he got one of them, and I still thought it was silly. Till I was having my leg operation. And I skied before I had it done. I hadn't skied in, God, it had to be 10 years. And I got up first try, which I was like shocked. Anyways, so after I had my leg done, I go up north, I bring that north. And after I had the leg done, I'm hobbling around, and now I'm watching, you know. And of course, my one granddaughter, she is like, Jesus, she's really good. Anyways, she doesn't have any, you know, she doesn't have a lot of trouble. But once you can get out of the water, if you can get out of the water, you don't really, you have a rope, but you don't really hold on to it. I mean, you just, because you're on top, you get the way that it comes out of the thing that makes this wave by the end of the boat, it like holds you down, I don't know, it holds you up. And if you get into the right, you gotta get in the right groove of it. And I thought, you know what, maybe this might be, because you're going really slow. That was the reason I just thought it was stupid, because it's real slow. And I thought, that looks like something I could do, maybe, if I can get out of the water. All right, here we are. We got this all done. And now if you don't want to, you know, use it for what I'm going to be making, then you can, what I do is I paint my, this is one that's painted. I don't have the one painted for this one. I don't know if I would do this one gold or black. I would probably do it black, and then I put the glitter that Dawn sells. I paint it with black, shiny black from Walmart. I just use the cheap stuff, and then just sprinkle the glitter all over it and let it dry. And then you just put your glue on it and put it in here. And the gold really doesn't look bad with it, but I think I would probably go with the black glitter on there. So, on Friday, I'm going to show you how to, I'm going to put the gaps and crap and gaps or whatever it is. Put this stuff, I'm going to show you how to put the skeleton in there, and I'll have my wings and everything switched off on them, and show you how to anchor it in and put the gappy stuff around it. And then we'll probably maybe take this one and decorate it, because that one will have to, whatever one I use, will have to dry. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here with me and staying and watching, and I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, just, you know, message me, and I am more than willing to answer any questions that you need. And I will see you on Friday. I always call it some crazy name. It's gaps, and cracks. I just don't know why. Yeah, me too. We'll make sure I don't get myself all stuck up. So I'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you. Finish.